Hi there, people. Welcome back. It's Pray Love. How are you doing? So, it's been a while. According to YouTube, 112 days since I'm absent from the platform. Um, I'm not working for Canada Post or anything, even though I've got the shirt. I was just um, rehearsing for auditions, and I got into school. I will probably have a new channel to I don't know, go more about my musical journey and everything. But then again, let's talk fragrances. I've been trying a lot of fragrances. I haven't lost the passion of scents, and I've been trying a lot of fragrances recently also. I've been revisiting my samples, getting new samples, um, having fun with different type of fragrances, designer, niche, etc. And I wanted to do a video about a fragrance that I really enjoy amongst all the fragrances that I've been experimenting with, and this fragrance is Grove Xcape from Xerjoff. Now, Xerjoff is a brand that I really like. I think they're very good fragrances, very good beginner style niche fragrances. What I mean by that is that it is very nice, inoffensive perfumery done for the masses, extremely versatile, extremely appealing to most people, but they still have this like elevated sense, fashionable, like elegant sense, like to them, which gives them like a really like it smells rich. You know, it smells like um, quality. It's quality ingredients. It's very well done. Italian perfumery. If you like classic Italian perfumery, this is the brand you should be looking at. Grove Escape is a fragrance that I don't see that much love around that fragrance. I have a sample of this fragrance and I like it so much. And I've done a video about it before. I think it was kind of a glorified first impression. I had worn it like a couple of times. Now I'm like almost through my sample. I think that if I get through, I will buy perhaps a 10 milliliters of it, like a bigger like decant. I don't want to buy full bottles anymore because I'm going back to school and this is hella expensive. So I will like have smaller decants. I don't really like this is gonna be very controversial, but also I don't really like the Xerjoff bottles. I don't think they look that nice. Uh, they're very stylized, and I think that people will like the look of this like these bottles, but I'm not a fan of it. So I will prioritize getting fragrances that the bottles look very appealing to me if I want to have like full size bottles. Anyway, I never get through like the 10 ml size fragrances I have because I have so many of them. You know, I've got like maybe something like 50 fragrances and samples and stuff like that, and I'm never getting through any fragrances ever. So like, let's be like honest with ourselves and just buy the smaller volume of fragrances for lesser price. I still will have the fragrance and have the full experience of it. Sometimes the cans have even better atomizers than the bottles. I don't know about Xerjoff. I think the Xerjoff atomizers are pretty good. But anyway, that's beside the point. Now, what is like Grove Escape? What is the fragrance like? I didn't really look at at like the notes or anything. Um, I'm not big into like looking at the notes online and trying like I want to like have my own experience of the notes, like of the fragrance and decide for myself. Now, um, Grove Escape has a really mature kind of vibe. It is very like typically like stereotypically masculine because it has like a spiciness about it, but also it's pretty green. So it's pretty herbal, it's pretty spicy. The thing I had compared it to, and I will say that um, it still really smells like an Italian soda. Like it smells a bit like Kinoto, some like um, it's it's effervescent. There's some effervescence to it. The herbal facets also have like this kind of Italian soda vibe to it too. Um, the spiciness, a bit like a Coca-Cola kind of a vibe, and yeah, that's pretty much what you get. It's pretty like effervescent. It has like this spicy, like nose tingling sensation with it, a bit menthol like, but not like a Versace Eros like mint note, but it's a bit like, I don't know, very fresh, very green. It I think I've seen it like compared like sometimes to Vicks and that kind of Tiger Balm and stuff like that. Um, I understand it's kind of astringent, nose tingling and everything, but it doesn't smell like that at all. It smells so much more like high class, very high quality. Um, and like, does it smell sexy? I really like wearing scents that are sexy in general, and I think this one definitely is. It has like this, um, like kind of a like effortless but very classy vibe to it. It's like you're someone who just dresses elegantly most of the time, and you like you're so used to dressing up, then like you don't even recognize that you're dressed up. You're just like that. That's the kind of vibe it gives. It's like super classy, very like eloquent, very charismatic fragrance, a bit old school. It has like an old school kind of a vibe. It has a lot of personality, but it's also very appealing. So it's something you can put on, and you're like very charismatic. You're like you like you're someone who will always leaves an impression on people, but you don't even think about it anymore because you're very confident in yourself, and you're just like, you know, used to being dressed up, used to being the guy that people talks about, used to like leaving an impression every time you enter a room. You're just used to all of this, and you just wear something that's very nice, very pleasing, and green. And in a world of like blue fragrances, like this kind of fragrance is a standout, complete standout. So it's old school. It has this kind of a vintage vibe, but it's totally done in a different way. Don't expect something like Jacquard Noir, or don't expect something like Polo Green or something like that. They're all fantastic fragrances, by the way, but it's something else, and it's very Italian. You know, you have like a. I was wearing that at some point. I was listening, like I was enjoying The Godfather, which is like a fantastic trilogy of movies, and I don't know, it's something like clicked. I was like some of these guys, their aura, their charisma, it just fits with that fragrance. It has something. I think also like the fragrance accompanies extremely well alcoholic beverages. So like evening outs, you're having a drink, perhaps a martini, or even like a scotch on the rocks, or wine. Maybe wine too. I think it works perfectly well. It has like this, I don't know, spiciness and everything that complements well. It's not too sweet also. It is not like a super sweet fragrance. It has nothing juvenile to it. Very mature, very like contained, and it has like a lot of power. Um, it's not dry too, so it's like not sweet, but there's a little sweetness that keeps it from being dry, and I think it's very nice. Um, what would I wear it for? I think evening outs is kind of the best situation. Going to watch a concert, maybe like classical concert, maybe even like shows. I think it's made with a DJ or something. I didn't like obviously didn't read like too much about the fragrance, so I apologize if you're disappointed. But at the same time, I just want to have like this raw impression. But I think it's like a DJ or something. I think it's perfectly like it suits perfectly that kind of situation. I think it's a dressed up fragrance, but it can also be a casual fragrance if your casual self is like kind of dressed up, like not too much. Maybe a very good like Miami Vice type, you know, like you have a T-shirt, but you also have like a nice jacket and nice pants, and you're thinking about your color code and stuff like that. I think that is like a kind of a good like good moment to put on that fragrance. I think it's perfectly suitable for work. If you want to go to work with that fragrance, I think it's perfect. It's elegant, like it's appealing to people. It's very like a good fragrance overall. And I think you can also be like in the full daylight, like going to the beach and stuff. It still is gonna work super well. But I think my favorite thing with that is like evenings out. You look the part. You're like sexy, and you know you're. It's I think it's a very fun fragrance too. Like it has like a fun factor, but also a matureness about it that's very nice. And it's yeah confident. If you're someone that's really confident, maybe if you want to boost your confidence, this is a fragrance. I didn't like. I think I've got like a few compliments from people I know, but nothing, nothing exaggerated with that fragrance. But I like it so much that I keep on like going back to it because it's so good. And I think that's the main quality about fragrances is not like if people compliment you about it, it's if you like it, if you love the fragrance. So that being said, spread love and spray love. Bye bye.